Hi, boys and girls. I'm going to be sharing with you some of our safety rules so that we can review them for the beginning of third grade. Remember, being safe in all the areas around a school is one of our universal expectations. That's the reason why safety is one of the first things we go over in third grade. All right. Well, what is being safe? Let's talk about some examples. Keeping your hands and feet to yourself. Always walking, except like when you're in a designated area like the soccer field. And staying on designated walkways, not walking in places where we're not supposed to be walking. Let's go over what being safe looks like. Here's some examples. Walking with your hands at your sides, or as I've told you when we're walking to lunch, putting your hands in your pockets or behind your back is okay. Staying in your own space, not pushing too far forward and not going so far back that you slow people down. And keeping your path strictly on the walkways, so not deviating from too far from where people are in front of you. Here's some examples that we don't usually see in third grade. Climbing the trees. We don't generally do that. That would be unsafe. Running through the school parking lot. That's also unsafe because sometimes cars can't see you. And pushing and shoving other students to make them go faster or to slow down usually results in someone getting hurt. So why do we learn about being safe in all these areas? Well, school should be a safe place for everybody, not just for one or two people. And it's difficult to teach and to learn when you're worried that somebody is going to be hurting you. And someone who gets hurt at school may not be able to come to school for one or more days, and this causes them to miss out on learning experiences. So, here's why this is important to you. School can be a lot of fun, especially when everyone follows safety rules. Believe it or not, when you get hurt, your friends start to worry about you, and if you accidentally hurt someone else, then you're concerned about what you've done. So if everybody follows the safety rules, then we don't have those extra worries. When school's not safe for everyone, it stops being fun. And everyone should be able to come to school and feel safe. So here's some examples. I want you to think through these. You don't have to say your answers out loud or write them down yet. I've got a place for you to do some writing and thinking in a minute. But let's just think about this example. Pretend there's a lot of pine cones on the ground, maybe under one of the pine trees by the basketball court, and some of your friends decide to play catch with them. Now let's think, is that a safe behavior? Probably not. Well, why not? Well, pine cones can be sharp, and if you play catch with them and somebody accidentally throws too hard, it could hurt something other than your hands. It could hurt your skin, or it could land in your face or your friend's face, and that would be bad. So what should you do? If some of your friends decide to play catch with them, it's a good idea to remind them that that's not really safe, and pine cones can really hurt if they're thrown or tossed at you. If that doesn't work, then it's a good idea to go tell a yard duty or tell a teacher or another adult so you can get some help. That way you don't have to worry about your friends getting hurt and you won't get hurt yourself. Let's try another example. Here's a scenario. Let's pretend you're in the library and you have 1 minute to get to class, but it's way across campus. Well, what should you do? Should you run with your books? No, probably not. It's okay to walk. Now, why is it okay to walk? Well, if you're running, you may not only hurt yourself, you may damage the books you borrowed from the library, or you might even hurt a friend or two. So it's important to walk, try and walk fast, and then explain to the teacher what happened when you get there. Now, in a minute or two, I think we're going to do some writing about these questions, but I wanted you to start thinking about them before we ever get to it. So question number 1 says, what are some examples of unsafe behavior that you've witnessed at school? Now, no names. This isn't a time to be tattling on other people, but just give some examples of unsafe behaviors that you've seen. You can start your sentences with, I know someone who, or one day I saw someone, And that takes care of the no names, but you can still share what you witnessed. Number 2 says, now that you know more about safety at school, how can you best respond if you witness unsafe behavior? We talked a little bit about that. Remember, it's always a good idea to try and help your friends yourself and say, hey, I don't think we should do this because it's unsafe, and here's why I think it's unsafe. And remember, if that doesn't work, it's always okay to come get a teacher as long as you've tried your best first. Now, number 3, where do you feel most safe at school? And where do you not feel safe at school? And can you put that into words and describe why you don't feel safe in that location? It could be that we need to repair something, or something needs to be changed, or a rule needs to be altered. And sharing that with teachers and principals are good ways to get those changes made so that you do feel safe wherever you go at school. So, what happens when we're not safe at school? Well, when we're safe at school, everyone feels good about coming to school. And your parents or the people you live with feel good about sending their children to school because they know everybody's safe there, not just 1 or 2 kids. Everyone also learns to take care of each other and to watch out for and report dangerous situations. Taking care of each other and watching out for dangerous situations are ways that we make our school a little better and a little safer for everybody. Okay, that's all for now, but we are going to be reviewing some more of our 3 main rules at another time. Thanks for listening, and now I'll turn it back over to Google Classroom.